These are.
Oh, that's a good one. That's as good as Arsenal, the Zionists. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Let's see. Got to go. Hey, ho. Yeah, I think so,
are for the liberation of the Palestinian people. We know, Creator, that our strength is unity. Our strength is together. As long as we stand together and do what we can to advocate for the people that have little voice in their ability where they live. If they stand up, they get shot, Creator. We need to be that voice for those people, because they are risking their lives. They are standing up regardless. And there should be no more martyrs, Creator. We should have no more martyrs. We should all be able to live and free and breathe and be on the land that our ancestors have been on in that way. We still, too, know genocide here as Native peoples, Creator. So we ask that our prayer unite with all the prayers, no matter what faith, whether it be whoever religion you believe in, the way ever you pray to Creator, let's unite those prayers together today and be strong in that way, Creator. Thank you so much. We want to acknowledge the directions. If you would like to stand with us in those directions, I'm going to start by facing the north. So we're going to face the north. If everybody can face the north and we call upon the spirits from the north, the northern direction, to come and be with us, stand with us here today. In a good way, we come here, Creator. Thank you to the north. Okay, we're going to turn and face the south. We face the south here. To all our relatives that come from the direction of the south, they come here just to work and to live and to make it a better place for their families and their communities. We don't recognize any borders, Creator. So for the people, the indigenous people that come from the south, we welcome them here in LA, in Los Angeles, and this territory. Thank you. Okay, and we're going to face to the west now. To all our relatives and our relations and the lands that lie west even of these shores, to the islands of Hawaii and beyond, to the sacred sites out there, for the land occupations that are happening out there. We ask for the peace and justice and the freedom to exist on those lands too, Creator. Thank you. Oh, and on the next direction, we're going to turn around and face the east. East, we see it as the gateway from spirit world here to our earth. So we welcome the ancestors, because they are with us. They are looking upon us today and seeing if we're for real or not, to know what our prayer is true or not. So we invite them to march with us here today, to be with us, to help us, to protect us from any ill-minded people and spirits, that the good spirits of our ancestors be with us. All right. And then I'd like us to look up above us to the sky. We have many names for our spirit son. We call it Tonatiuh, and in Mexico, Tonatiuh is the spirit of the sun relative, our Creator. So we say thanks to that, for that beautiful energy that brings us here today and blesses us with that. And then we're going to do our best to touch the ground. We touch in the direction of the ground, our earth, and we give thanks to our Earth Mother again for blessing us, for allowing us, to give us all that we need to live, all that she provides for us. We are humbly give our thanks to her. Oh. And then last direction. Touch your heart. Look in within the direction within us. Because we are our best friend. We are our worst enemy sometimes. So we pray to the direction within us to that inner child that was born on this earth, innocent and full of wonder. And we ask that spirit child to exist in us again. For those of us that are more in years, many more moons we've seen on this earth, that we remember how it is to be that inner child. And we pray for those children in Gaza who have made the journey already. Their spirits we recognize and we won't forget. And we ask them to forgive us for not doing more to protect their spirits. But there are many more children out there that we need to stand up for. So that's what we're here for today, Creator. Thank you. Aho, fantakwe, setlaso kamate.
Everybody put your fist up. We have our brothers over here from ANC. Everybody that's out there, sing with us to this final part. Hey! Hey, hey, hey! Yah-ee-oh-ho! Yah-ee-oh-ho! Hey, hey! Yah-ee-oh! Yah-ee-oh-ho! Free the people, free the land. You will walk in prayer. No peace of stolen land.
Thank you, organizers. Thank you.
Resistance is justified when people are colonized. Resistance is justified when people are occupied. And now, I'd like to call up our next speakers from the Palestinian Youth Movement. But before that, I just want to remind everyone that we have waters at the front of these 2 trucks. So if you would like any, please come up and we give them to you guys. Important we stay hydrated in this heat. Yes. Now let's call up from the Palestinian Youth Movement. Good afternoon, Los Angeles. My name is Nadia, and I'll also be one of your MCs today. We came down from the Bay Area last night to be with y'all, to make a red line through the streets of Los Angeles for the West Coast rally, as over 100,000 people make a red line around the White House in DC. As we stand here today at the 8-month mark of the U.S.-Israeli genocide of the Palestinian people, we honor the lives of over 40,000 Palestinian martyrs who have paid the ultimate price for our liberation. As today marks 54 years of the occupation of Gaza after the Nakba of 1967, we recognize that Gaza has always been the cradle of our resistance and the lifeblood of our struggle. We here on the west coast of Turtle Island stand as one unit in front of the LA City Hall, which is complicit in genocide and the repression of the Palestinians and all people fighting for liberation against Zionism and imperialism. We have seen Governor Newsom, who's going to be making a presidential bid coming soon, order West Coast police departments to sweep student encampments arrest protesters, and increase violence in our streets. We saw San Diego PD call in Border Patrol on their students. We saw San Francisco PD arrest 70 protesters who occupied the Israeli consulate. UC Irvine PD called in 20 different police departments to riot against our students. We've seen LAPD abet the violent attacks from Zionists in this community on students at UCLA for hours. And these are not isolated incidences, nor are they coincidences. These are things that are happening systemically because our cities across the West Coast uphold Zionism as part of their project. Early this morning, the Israeli occupation worked alongside the U.S. to massacre and bombard Al-Nusayrat refugee camp in central Gaza. Forces hid inside an aid truck to massacre with heavy artillery, shelling, tank incursions, and heavy drone fire, all with the assistance of the U.S. Army. Shame! Shame! They targeted everything in the area, leaving residents with no time or opportunity to seek refuge. Over 200 Palestinians have been martyred. 400 were injured in the streets of the UN school. Just a month ago, Biden claimed that the invasion of Rafah was a red line. Really? The invasion of Rafah has carried on for weeks unabated and has expanded to the entire Gaza Strip. Biden's red line is nowhere to be seen. In fact, instead of stopping military aid, Biden continues to authorize billions more in weapon shipments. And now the Zionists cheer as their settler colonial entity continues to bomb and starve 2.3 million Palestinians in the most densely populated place on the planet. Just 2 weeks ago, on May 26th, the Zionist occupation forces unleashed cowardly terror on Rafah, where they bombed and burned displaced Palestinians in their tents. Palestinians who were sheltering in a so-called humanitarian zone. Attempt by the occupation forces to compensate for their failures on the battlefield by indiscriminately bombing and targeting civilians. Shame! Shame! We want justice, you say how? We want justice, you say how? Stop bombing Rafah now! Stop bombing Rafah now! We want justice, you say how? We want justice, you say how? Lift the siege on Gaza now! Lift the siege on Gaza now! The truth is that there are no bombs strong enough, no fire hot enough, no prison brutal enough to destroy the spirit of the Palestinian people. We are not a people that can ever be destroyed. And while we grieve, we know that now is not the time to fall into despair. We are not tired. Now is the time to fight. Inside of Zionist prisons. Biden will not uphold a red line or any sort of promise towards the Palestinian people. But guess what? We can. Because we are the red line in the shadows just recently. Who is the silent partner that makes the flow of those weapons components from factory to factory possible? Who is the quiet profiteer that transports these weapons from the U.S. to the shores of Gaza? Who is the largest transporters for these deliveries of death? Their name is what? Maersk. Say it with me. What's their name? What's their name? Maersk. That means that without Maersk, the imperialist war in Afghanistan, the onslaught of Iraq could not have happened. If Maersk is so big, where are they at? The answer is they're amongst us and they're hiding in plain sight. So this summer, we are unmasking them. And that's why the campaign is called Mask Off Maersk. So instead of blocking weapons from one factory, just from Northrop Grumman or BAE Systems or Lockheed, we're going after all of them by going after the logistics companies that ship them from here to there. So we're calling on y'all, on the streets, on the unions, on the students. We're calling all people of consciousness to demand that Maersk cuts ties with genocide and that they stop shipping weapons to the Zionist entity. They think they can hide? Damn straight they cannot. They are trying to make a pretty penny off of the death and destruction and genocide of our families, and we will not stand for it. Y'all, we're gonna be saying this a lot in the streets. Maersk, Maersk, you can't hide! Say Maersk, Maersk, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! We charge you with genocide! Y'all can sign the petition at maskoffmaersk.com or go to the socials of the Palestinian Youth Movement. If y'all want to get involved, go there, sign up. This is going to be a multi-pronged strategy because logistics companies are everywhere. They're international. But guess what? So are we. So I'm going to wrap up, but you know why we're here in the streets. Because we want hands off Rafah. Say it with me. An immediate and permanent ceasefire. It's like the people's mic. I know y'all got this. An immediate and permanent ceasefire. An end to the brutal siege on Gaza. An end to all U.S. funding for Zionist genocide. The release of all Palestinian political prisoners. The People's Arms embargo now. And an end to the occupation of Palestine. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Give it up for yourselves, Los Angeles. Rafah is a red line.
Rafah is a red line.
We'll defend Palestine.
We'll defend Palestine.
We stand by Gaza side by side.
We stand by Gaza side by side.
We will not be pushed aside.
We will not be.
Thank you all very much. Sisters and brothers, comrades and friends, my name is Ayman, and Free Democratic Palestine Movement salutes you for being here. Today is the best of times and the worst of times. It is the worst of times to witness the heart-wrenching genocide taking place in Gaza and the West Bank by the Zionist apartheid colonial entity. It is the worst of times to see the senseless killing of tens of thousands of our people, of whom the majority are women and children. It is the worst of times to see the inhumane, catastrophic starvation and famine is being endured by our people in Gaza, caused by the evil Zionist entity. And it is the worst of times to see Zionist invaders criminally destroy every structure that stands in Gaza: homes, schools, hospitals, and places of worship. They want to make Gaza devoid of life, but they will fail. Because of our love for life is stronger and bigger than their love of killing and destruction. But it is also the best of times to witness the legendary steadfastness, bravery, and courage of our noble people who are loudly and clearly declaring to the enemy, you can kill us, you can destroy our homes and schools, but you will never be able to take away the love of our Palestine. And you'll never be able to take away our unwavering dedication and determination to liberate Palestine no matter the cost. It is also the best of times to be a Palestinian. To see our Palestinian resistance teaching the enemy's cowardice, evil army lessons in bravery, tenacity, and courage. This is how our Palestinian freedom fighters resist, fight, and win. The Zio-Nazi army is at the brink of collapse. They will leave Gaza with their tails between their legs. It is also the best of times to be standing for the liberation of Palestine, to be standing right on the side of history, to fight the last direct colonial entity in modern times, to participate in ushering a new dawn of liberation and freedom to the world. It is the best of times because we Palestinians know and believe that we will rebuild what they destroyed. We will plant the olive trees they uprooted. Because they are builders, they are destroyers and we are builders. They destroyed the stones that had been touched by the prophet's hands. And they uprooted the old olive trees that the prophets prayed under its branches. They destroy the land because they don't belong to it. And we build Palestine because we eternally belong to it. We will keep on fighting until every inch of that sacred land called Palestine is fully liberated. And that glorious day is getting closer by the minute. Long live Palestine, long live the resistance to liberate Palestine. Keep up the good fight. You are on the right side of history. All the power to us. God bless us all.
Thank you, everyone. All the children, sons and daughters. Ya Shahid, irtah, irtah. Ya Shahid, irtah, irtah. واحنا نواصل الكفاح. واحنا نواصل الكفاح. يا شهيد ارتاح ارتاح. يا شهيد ارتاح ارتاح. واحنا نواصل الكفاح. واحنا نواصل الكفاح. We are the red line. We are the red line. We are the red line. We are the red line.
But what happens? The biggest evil, the great Satan comes in and exterminates people. Exterminate, banish, and remove and displace. And it didn't take very long, maybe 70 years after the colonizers came in, that they built a native slave market just about 4 blocks from now. If you go down on Main Street on Winston, that used to be a native people slave market where native people were bought and sold. But also take a look at the site of violence that we are. Right over there is the City Hall where violence is legislated and codified. Right behind us is the LAPD headquarters where violence is operationalized and unleashed. Right over there is the court system where violence is adjudicated. You have the DA's office, you have the city attorney's office. And then right over there is the old building for the LA Times, where violence is subscribed and sanitized by functionaries of the state. But this is also the site that reminds us, as my dear brother Pete White would say, a tale of two mayors. Not even 40 years ago, the first black mayor of Los Angeles, Tom Bradley, had the courage to stand up against fascists like Ronald Reagan and start the disinvestment process of Los Angeles from apartheid South Africa. And then we have the current mayor, Karen Bass, who claims to have been politicized and was active in the South African apartheid movement that is completely asleep. That has taken a front row seat to witness the genocide, the enslavement, and the mass murder that is going on. Any word from Karen Bass? No! I also want to say recently this city council moved a motion for ceasefire. Don't be fooled by that bullshit. Don't be fooled by that bullshit. This is the same city council that just in December of 2023, 2 months after the current genocide had started, voted on a motion, and it is in motion as well, this motion, that whole language of bureaucracy as well, which is now saying that pro-Palestinian flying is hate speech. And I say it again, pro-Palestinian flying is hate speech. Bob Blumenfeld, who is in the city council, went even to say that a pro-Palestinian flyer in the streets is like hanging a noose outside a black family's home. Imagine to the extent that they will go, that pro-Palestinian flying is equal to hanging a noose outside a black family's house. Let's go back, October 2022, not even a year and a half ago. Well, they were unanimously, the council voted that they were going to adopt the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance language, IHRA, that equates anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism. The same council. Let's go back to 2021. Again, Nithya Raman, who's now all of a sudden becoming pro-Israel, well, was that a Freudian slip? She's pro-Israel. She's a Zionist. Pro-Palestinian all of a sudden moved a motion where they went after the teachers of United Teachers Los Angeles who wanted their union to incorporate boycott, divestment, and sanctions into their work. BDS movement. They said that is all about anti-Semitism. And then back in 2018, Bob Blumenfeld again wanted to cancel a Student for Justice Palestine conference in UCLA, saying that this is anti-Semitic. So let's not be fooled by any of this bullshit. Let's not be fooled by that, because that is exactly where our work is cut out. We want Kenneth Mejia, the controller of the city of Los Angeles, to disclose all financial ties that the city of Los Angeles has with the state of Israel. Call upon Kenneth Mejia today. We want the city of Los Angeles, not just about ceasefire, but a complete removal of all settlements and a complete removal of all the military forces, the Zionist military forces from Palestine. We want the LAPD completely to end their partnership with the Israeli occupying forces and the Zionist police forces. So friends, it's not only about what's going on in Palestine. We got our work cut out here. Because where there's oppression, there's a strong culture of resistance. They may come after us. They may murder, so from City Hall to Campbell Hall, they may murder Bunchy Carter. They may murder John Huggins. But that is our legacy. Those are our ancestors, the Black Panther Party and way people before them. That's our fight. And I want to end by using one couplet paying an homage to all the millions of people out there who are building this resistance. कि कत्लगाहों से चुन के हमारे अलम और निकलेंगे उस शाह के काफिले जिनकी राह तलब से हमारे कदम मुख्तसर कर चले दर्द के फासले. From these killing fields shall rise the lovers of freedom, picking up the banners from the fallen ones. All power to all people. Thank you.
We witness Israel perpetrating violence against civilians in Gaza, continuing to this day. The toll on civilians is immense, and as Americans, we oppose the use of our tax money to fund genocide. The legacy we must remain unwavering by false accusations of anti-Semitism or by police brutality, as we have witnessed in colleges across the indiscriminate killing of civilians, the destruction of infrastructure, and there is
Innocent Palestinian men, women, and children have been killed with money and bombs that we paid for.